Repeat claims for federal flood insurance assignment in the next number 2. First question. Does federal insurance create moral hazards for properties in flood-prone areas? Simple answer is yes, it does. Federal flood insurance can create moral hazard. When homeowners know damage will be covered, they may rebuild in the flood-prone areas. And this article describes how homes that have been flooded many times but continue receiving insurance payments keep on being rebuilt on the same locations, which becomes a burden for taxpayers by reducing the incentives to avoid risk location and shifting the financial burden to taxpayers. Question number 2, practical issues. So we see that buyouts and relocation programs face social and economic challenges, especially since communities in South Louisiana have deep, strong cultural and family ties to the land and to the particular places where they have been living. And then we add to that the fact that prone to flood areas lands are cheaper, so government buyouts might not provide enough money for families to relocate, which will make it really hard for them to make it out or somewhere else. Question number 2, how would you explain the tension above mentioned? Well, there is certainly a tremendous tension between helping people stay in their homes and protecting taxpayers' money. Repeat floods payments can be very costly, as is shown in the history here in South Louisiana. But however, it represents a risk because those places have, like I mentioned earlier, deep cultural ties and also family ties. And just looking back when people from Chalmette were relocated, and what I get to hear from them to this day, they still long to be home, and wherever they are at now is not home anymore. So there's a whole different emotional and personal cultural tie to those locations. But on the other hand, repeatedly subsidizing properties that flood frequently can be very costly to taxpayers across the country. But this is an argument that it can be said also about other places in the United States. For example, California deals with wildfires, Virginia and Carolinas deal with floods. So there is always kind of different issues that we have to keep in mind that they're not that alien to us. Question number 4, should the NFIP raise premiums to property flooded areas? Well, it should, but in raising insurance premiums for repeatedly flooded homes could improve efficiency, which might make people want to move if they cannot find insurance. However, higher prices reflect real flood risk and encourage relocation or mitigating the problem, but high premiums as well may make insurance unaffordable for some homeowners that, due to the low cost of the property by the government buyouts, won't be able to relocate somewhere else or won't be able to afford other premiums when people basically live on day-to-day or check-to-check set budgets. So balancing fairness, taxpayer cuts, and community stability is a major policy issue that is yet to be solved.